My name is Patricia Duffe. I live in this beautiful village in Kilkenny. This very old house, which was derelict actually. It was built in 1906. So yeah, I'm delighted to be living here, finally. Yeah, so the property is in an SAC, a Special Area of Conservation, and it's to protect the structure in Talbots Inch Village in Kilkenny. And there are 26 houses. They were designed by William A. Scott, who was an English architect, for Lady Desert, who was somebody who we don't give enough credit to in Kilkenny as a philanthropist. So she committed a lot to the well-being of the people of Kilkenny at the time. And these houses are a lasting legacy of provision. Yeah, so the grants I availed of were, the first one was the Conservation Advice Scheme, which was a pilot scheme by the Department of Housing and Heritage. And then the second one was from Kilkenny County Council through the Queen O'Conagha scheme. And we applied for the Vacant Home Scheme first. And then when they came and they saw the house, they agreed that it should be the Derelict Home Scheme, which was fantastic. The next one we applied for was the Built Heritage Investment Scheme through Kilkenny County Council as well. And then the next one was the SCAI Home Energy Retrofit Grant. So I did very well. I think I got 120,000 altogether, just about in grants, which is substantial. I was delighted to be able to avail of it. Otherwise I wouldn't have the house. You know, at the end of the day, I'd be living in somewhere I wouldn't have been maybe as happy. I mean, this was a house that had fireplaces for heating it, and the gas was fitted, I think, about 5 years before the house became derelict, so it was pretty new. But it was a house that didn't have any insulation. I mean, it was built in the 1900s, so what was here would have been top class at the time, but certainly wouldn't have met any modern standards of living. My previous house was built in 2006, and it, of course, met all the energy requirements at that time, but it was still a very cold house. You know, at times, at certain times of the year. And you were always depending on surplus heating, you know, stoves and electric heaters at times in very cold weather. So this doesn't need any of those things. It just heats itself with its heat pump. It's amazing.
Works completed here. We literally stripped this back to structure, and we removed all the floors. We removed all coverings of every piece of the building, from roof all the way down. We did all the external walls were all insulated. We didn't actually touch the windows because they were under the conservation side of it, so they were exempt from it. We went up to the roof section then, and there was a couple of issues there with structure-wise going with that, to take the weight of the insulation that we did on it. So there was a bit of to and fro there. We did a DCV, direct control ventilation system in the house, underfloor heating, backed up with a air to water heat pump. We zoned all the heating to 2 zones, upstairs, downstairs, and hot water. And we airtightness then on the whole building in total. So, and we had to allow then the house to breathe, and to allow that to happen as well, because the building is so old. And there's still lime mortar in the existing roof, so that all had to be taken into consideration while we were doing it. So
this house, because of its historic status, is BER exempt, but we had a BER assessment done anyway, and it was a G, but it's now amazing up to, we thought we'd get to a B2, we would have been really happy with that, but it's actually up to an A3, which is incredible. And totally unexpected. So I'd say, yeah, to people to contact their own local project management agency, like the South East Energy Agency is in my area, and seek out that support to help them to make the application and to understand how it all works. Because even though I think I'm fairly well read up about it, I still had lots of questions and needed ideas about how things were going to work and what would be the best way to approach everything. Doing a big home retrofit, do the energy retrofit at the same time. It's worth it, and these old houses deserve it. And it brings them up to a modern standard, and you can feel it when you come in. It's like, it's amazing. But to me, it's just You never want to leave. You never want to go outside. It's just lovely.